Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to the First 15 Accountability Party with Intentional Professionals. My name is Melinda B. Powers, and I'm the founder and manager of Intentional Professionals, and I want to welcome you to our weekly accountability party, the First 15. What we do here is we celebrate our wins, we get some encouragement, and then we also set goals for our week. So let's see who's in here. I see a comment already. Hey, Errol, good morning. So if you're new here, the call is only 15 minutes. Break it up into 5-minute sections. And that first section is called the wins. And so this is the part of the broadcast where we report wins from the week before. So I start, and my win from last week was I got some new equipment. I got a new computer recently, and I was able to get some new equipment to go with it that was needed. And I'm very happy because it's making working a lot easier. So I have a Magic Mouse now and some other accoutrement, and that really is helping make my experience a lot smoother. I have been dealing with a very old computer for a long time. I love MacBooks. They last a long time, but I had mine for 10 years and it was time to get a new one. So I'm very happy to be using a new machine. Errol, do you have a win for us to share? And anyone else that is watching, feel free to put in the chat your win from last week. We like to be able to celebrate those and to share those as we go along. It's a big part of this call because often in life, we feel like the small wins aren't that important. And I want to give everyone the space to share. All right, you received a notice that you were accepted for a I cannot get the letters right. JFCS board position. Congratulations. All right, I don't know if I know exactly what that is. So, do you mind sharing? Is that okay? But congratulations, that's awesome. I know Errol's a great leader. We are in a leadership cohort together, and that's great news. We need more good, solid, passionate, accountable leaders. So, congratulations to you. If there's anyone else on the call, please feel free to share your wins during these few minutes. I just wanted to talk about how basically we're not always celebrated for the small things that we do. It's always about the next big thing. I hear people talk about a lot how we do a lot of comparison nowadays with social media. Jewish Family Community Services. Okay, yes, I am familiar with that organization. um, we are pressed because we're looking at what everyone else is doing, and we feel like we have to compete with them and their standard. And at the end of the day, it really isn't about that. I mean, you can compete if you like, but it's not going to be anything positive for what it is you want if that's not what you want. Like, there are plenty of people I know who have things that I think I would want, but I don't know what they had to do to get it, and I don't know what they have to do to keep it. And I'm willing to bet 9 times out of 10, it's probably things I'm not willing to do. So if it's not something that you want, that's really a part of you and your vision and your mission, your dream, or whatever that is, it's probably not something you should be pursuing because it's not going to fulfill you if it's not something you really want. So I really want to encourage everyone that's listening to kind of think about that, reflect on that. Are you going after things just to go after them, just for another accolade? And I'm guilty of that. I am a serial student. I like to get degrees. Everyone that knows me knows that. I have quite a few of them, and I probably will get more just because I'm a big nerd and I love to learn. But I have to always check in with myself to make sure I'm not doing it for some superficial reason or something that is way outside of what it is I really want for myself. And it can happen. We all fall short. We all make mistakes. So, and sometimes we do things with good intentions, but we don't realize that we are sacrificing parts of who we are to conform or to get approval and validation from other people. And that's not really important. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if someone else validates you if you're not happy with it or you're just feeling empty after you accomplish something. It's not worth it. So go for what you really want and what you know will really fulfill you, and you'll feel much better about it. And that's just my 2 cents on that. So now we're moving into the next section, and that is the blog and pep talk. I'm not talking about the blog yet because it's not up, but And this is why. So I'm talking about rest today. Guys, I am tired. And I know a lot of you are tired as well. We are so busy as a society right now. Like everyone is just working to the max. They are trying to juggle so many different things with their jobs or with their families or with their activities. And there's a lot of burnout going on. A lot of people are feeling very, stretched very thin and not well rested. I know a lot of people don't get enough sleep. I happen to not be one of those, but I did deprive myself of some sleep over the weekend to speak to someone I hadn't spoken to in a while. But we ended up talking for way too long, and I never would have stayed up that late, and it's put me in a little bit of a deficit. So I'm still trying to make up for that. I allowed myself to rest though. So the reason why I want to talk about this is that Saturday I decided I would not do any work. And that's hard for me because I work from home and I work for myself. And hi, Rebecca. And I live alone. So I'm free to do what I want and I like what I do. So it's tempting for me to work when I don't have to or when I should rest. And it's hard sometimes to turn that off because I'm thinking, well, if I do this, then I can advance that. And I don't want to take too much of a break because then I lose momentum. And it's a really hard juggle. And I could be a little better about it. But this weekend I said no. I gave myself permission to rest for the entire day, Saturday. And I hardly ever do that. I will do it in chunks, but not the entire day because I could have gone out in the backyard and trimmed some trees or something. There were other things I could have done, but I decided not to. I binge watched some. I watched Queen Charlotte, which was actually pretty interesting. Watched a couple other things, but I stayed in. I actually did something I never do. I went in my guest room and I laid in that bed and watched that television. I never go in that room. So I got a chance to experience a different part of my house, which was interesting. I actually slept in there that night, and it was actually comfortable. It was less light than my bedroom, so it was a change of pace. I gave myself permission to rest, and there's actually a book I learned about recently about this. It's called "Rest is Revolutionary." I don't remember the author's name, and I did not get it before I got on here. But I'm sure if you Google, I know you can get the book through Amazon. So just look the book up. But Rest is Revolutionary. And this woman that wrote this book started something called the Nap Ministry. So she's really taking rest very seriously. And I want to impress this. Another reason why I'm talking about this is because, especially women, I know we are super guilty of never resting, especially if you have a family. Like if you have a job and a family, you never rest. You hardly rest. And it's really unfair because it can deprive us of a lot of the energy we need to get things done or to be better at what we're doing. And we kind of get the short end on that when the people around us aren't stepping in and helping us and making life a little bit easier for us to be able to do all the things that we're trying to do. So I just really want to give that message today that if you need to take a rest, take a rest. If you need a nap and it's the middle of the day and you can take it, take the nap. I might take one. I already feel like I need one and I just got up not too long ago, but I'm going to give myself that because if I don't, it's not going to make me feel better and I'm not going to be more productive. It's going to slow me down. So we have to honor ourselves more and be willing to and open to doing that so that we don't just totally just burn ourselves out completely because then we can't do anything for anyone, even ourselves. And that's not where we want to be. We want to be able to live full lives, have energy, be engaged, enjoy ourselves, give what we want to those that we want to give it to, but not be doing it in a deficit all the time. That does not make it better for us. And it should also be enjoyable for us. Sometimes giving is, for the feeling you get for giving, but you can't just give yourself away. So I just want to leave that little word of encouragement with everyone. Rebecca, if you don't mind, this is your first time here. If you don't mind sharing in the chat a win you had last week, it doesn't have to be a huge thing. Anything you did last week that you're just very happy that you completed and you're really proud of, please share it in the chat so that we can know what's going on with you and we can celebrate that with you. That's part of the purpose of this call is to celebrate the small wins. It's not always about the very big things. And sometimes the very big things are just a bunch of little small things. So please feel free to add. But we're going to get into the me time. So we're already in the last 5 minutes. This call goes really quickly, which is why I tried to make it short, but it goes really fast. So the me time is your most impactful item for this week. What is it that you would like to complete this week that's going to make your week? And I'll go first. So I have a lot of things I could choose from, but I think, well, and Errol and Rebecca both are in the same boat with me. We have a closing retreat this weekend for a leadership cohort that we're in. And my focus is to get as much done as I can before Friday because I know those days I will not be able to do anything else. But I'm really looking forward to the retreat because it's a really great time to just be in a group with other people and be engaged and not be so distracted by the other things that are happening and feeling pulled in a lot of different directions. So I'm actually looking forward to it so that I can get that chance to just have that moment. And this has been a year in the making. We've been participating in this program and it's been really great. So it's a little bittersweet, but it's the beginning of a whole lot of new relationships and a whole lot of impact that we're all going to collectively make and individually make in our community. So just to get through the retreat, I think that's going to be like the cherry on top of my week. And I'll be very happy to experience that this weekend, I'm sure. So I'm looking forward to that. Anybody else have a me time? You guys gonna cheat and take mine? Okay, Rebecca, she shared her win. She would say when you were able to pitch a client. Okay. And you had your eye on for about 2 years and sent your proposal on Friday. Awesome. Well, we have our fingers crossed. We hope you get that. That's amazing. You have a me time that you could share real quick before we end in a few minutes. But again, guys, like going back to the rest, just please give yourself a break. If you need the break, take the break. It's just really hard when we're always pushing ourselves to the limit and we never give ourselves that leeway. And I'm so passionate and adamant about this because we all know if we don't give ourselves the break, our body will take it whether we want it to or not. And I don't want that to be an extreme thing for anybody listening. I would much rather you preempt that, crash and burn with your own set of preventative measures to give yourself a break and to give yourself a time to relax and rest. All right, so we got a couple minutes left. I don't know if Errol is still with us, but if you have a me time, Errol, that'd be great. I'd love to share it with the group. All right. Rebecca, your me time is to get back to walking. All right, for mental health. Oh, sorry guys, getting a call. I don't know how to make that stop. I pressed decline. All right, there we go. All right, so getting back to walking, that's a good one. I probably should be doing that myself. I'm going to be transparent with you guys. Part of accountability is transparency. I have not been to the gym since March. And I was going 3 times a week. And so I'm definitely going to get back in the gym this week. It's something I really need to do. I'm feeling the difference in my body. I don't feel as strong. I'm sitting a lot, so that's not doing great things for my back and neck and shoulders. So I do want to get back to lifting weights so I can feel strong again. And I cannot my body won't feel as tired. So thank you for sharing that, Rebecca. Errol, are you still here? We got about a minute left. If you're still here, please let us know what your me time is. Aside from that, everybody, thank you for being here with me. I really appreciate when you can take your time out of your day to join me. You're always free to watch the replay. I'm not, forcing anybody to join, but it's nice when we have people here live to interact with. I like that. And I hope that it's beneficial to all of you that participate and watch. And I hope to grow this into more of a space that's a celebration and we get a few more people involved, but it's going to take time to build. So please, if you enjoy this, please share this with other people that you know. We stream live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube simultaneously. And this is every Monday morning from 9 a.m. to 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's it. We've reached our time. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here with me. We're going to not be here for Memorial Day. Isn't that next Monday, guys? Well, that's the Monday after. So we will be here next Monday, but the 29th, we will not. We're going to rest for the holiday. So thank you so much. Talk to you later. Bye.